Hello, guys. Welcome to the live stream. Live stream number 2, the Hurricane Ida relief live stream. It's a big one. We've got a lot of people here, and I hope everything goes swimmingly. I'm sure that it will. I've been looking forward to this for the whole week, and I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to talk to all these great people. I've had the pleasure of talking to all of them, but I don't think any of them have had the pleasure of meeting and talking to each other yet, with the exception of the 3 Pennyroyal guys. They know each other pretty well, I think, at this point. Really a lot to absorb here, I'm sure, tonight. There's no format. There's no plan. We're just going in, and I think we'll just have some good, honest conversation. With that being said, I would like to first introduce the Pennyroyal gang. I think they're ready. We're going to add them to the stream. Hey, guys. How are you?
Hey, guys. Can you hear us okay?
I hear you great. You guys sound awesome. How are you guys? You doing good?
Fantastic, man. Thanks for having us on tonight,
Super pumped, man. Super pumped. For anybody, this video will be left up and probably mutated in some form in the future. So for anybody who doesn't know, who you guys are, just a really brief introduction of what Pennyroyal is and what you guys have going on.
Yeah. Well, Pennyroyal is a podcast about the strange things we found here in Somerset, Kentucky, over about a 3-year investigation, and lots of weird stuff. And we dive into the backstory of a lot of weird characters here in town, and how it relates to a lot of different sort of conspiracies and paranormal things happening here. And we're about to later this year, end of this year, have the 2nd season come out. So yeah, and I'm Nathan Isaac.
Kyle Cadell.
Darren West.
The 3 amigos. Looking forward to season 2, guys. Absolutely. I know a lot of some of the stuff that's happening just from being in the Liminal Lodge, but it won't be the same. Listening to it will be so much better, I'm sure. So, yeah, really looking forward to that. Absolutely.
Thanks.
Yeah, we'll bring you guys back in just a second. We're going to introduce Lonnie, and then we'll introduce Alan, and we'll have this big, huge powwow. Lonnie, welcome to the stream, buddy. How are you?
I'm doing good. Can you hear me okay?
You sound great.
Excellent. As every podcaster should, my brother.
Yeah. So I'll ask you to do kind of the same treatment here for people who don't know who you are, which everybody who's listening to the show should know all of these people. Just give kind of a brief rundown of who you are and what you do.
I am Lonnie Scott, the host of Weird Web Radio. It's a paranormal and occult podcast. I'm getting ready to launch my 6th season here coming up soon. You may recognize me as the hypnotist in Hellier Season 2, Episode 7, Episode 9. I'm a professional tarot reader, rune reader. I'm was once a high read member of the Troth and now an ambassador globally for the same organization. And I do an awful lot of things. I'm co-author of the book El Haz Ablaze, a compendium of chaos heathenry, and I've got a book coming out soon with Llewellyn Publications concerning practical magic and hauntings. So there's a really quick rundown.
Yeah, good job. Good job. Looking forward to the book. I know you've been working on it for a little bit. Setbacks, with the world being the world right now. But we're still looking forward to it. You got to buy the first copy, man. You got to let me know.
No, you'll get one free. If people don't know, all that Weird Web Radio swag available in my shop, Jason is the guy who does all the graphics for them.
The unsung hero. All right, Lonnie. Well, thanks for being here, man. We'll zap you out real quick. We're going to introduce Alan, and then we'll bring you back in.
All right.
Here he is, guys. Alan Greenfield. Alan, how are you tonight?
You always ask me the hard questions. I don't know how I am. I'm not a podcaster, but I do play one on television. I'm really a stripper. Stripping for Ida.
Stripping for Ida.
Name Ida, but denied.
Well, Alan, you have authored many great books. You've also appeared on Hellier. What are you up to nowadays?
More books and doing other people's podcasts, so I don't have to do the work myself. I just sit and talk, and people are stupid enough to listen to me. I'm Alan fucking Greenfield, a Jewish bishop. Money takes me on. Money! Give money to Ida. Oh, I was in Hurricane Camille back in the 1970s when the dinosaurs were, and it blew away my hotel. It blew away past Christian, Mississippi, and they were having an end of the world party, and for the people there, it ended. It was their 9/11, so to speak.
Yeah, that's a good point. Bringing up, this is September 11th. I'm sure everybody has had a lot of thoughts about today, 20 years later, from the events that happened in 2001. I am just a child, so I was actually a sophomore in high school, and I was in American history class when the first plane hit. And I'll never forget the words that my history teacher said when he came back in the room. He said, "Class, it's not very often that American history unfolds before your eyes. But right now, we all have to go to the library. That something terrible has happened." And I think we spent most of the day in the library watching the projector, just watching the news. And it was a bad day. A lot of the girls I remember that had boyfriends who were seniors, that had already registered for, military duty, were very, very upset. And it was also picture day. So I imagine there were a lot of school picture retakes that year. Crazy to think back.
I'll give you mine. I was in my wife's half-sister's basement, taking care of my ailing youngest son who had broken his leg in South Carolina and had been in traction for a month. So I was sleeping, and my wife came in and said, "An airplane just hit the World Trade Center." And I said, "Again? Oh, bunch Adams, let me sleep." And that was my 9/11 experience.
Wow.
I date all kinds of things as a result of that, because
Sure.
now I have sage advice for everyone.
I think we'll go ahead and bring everybody back in as long as everybody's ready. We'll add everybody
I
back
can tell
in.
the story about my night in Hopkinsville, Kentucky, that will amuse and amaze. Blah.
Yeah, well, we'll hear that then in just a second. We're gonna go ahead and add everybody back in. Yeah, if you want to tell that story real quick, that'd be awesome, Al.
Another spot that I really like to just kind of chill out is now it's a parking lot by an old church, and it's across from a big grocery store. But the cool thing is you could stand in the middle of that parking lot, especially at night whenever the town's quiet, and you can kind of hear music. It's more operatic. You might hear the large drums, you might hear horns, but it's really got this operatic tone to it. And for a long time, I had no idea where that music was coming from. I thought it was coming from the grocery store or someone who lived nearby, and I had to eliminate it. So one day I find the 1896 street fair book from Mattoon, and in it, it's making a comment about the original burial grounds in Mattoon and how they're moving the graves to the new official city cemetery. And I go on a hunt to try to find it, but in there I see them talking about this old theater that used to sit exactly where that parking lot and that church are now, and how it was a big attraction for everyone in the Midwest, and people were coming there all the time. And then I go digging into that history, and I find out that it burns down sometime in the 30s, and no one ever rebuilt it. It just has been an empty lot, and they built a church on part of that property later, and then the grocery store comes along, and on really quiet nights, if you stand still enough, you can kind of hear it. And I think that's really cool.
That is really cool. I see Nathan over there shuffling through some papers, and I know how Nathan's brain works, so I have a feeling that he has something that he wants to either say or ask one of you guys. What do you got cooked up over there, buddy?
No, man. I mean, Jesus.
Look at you.
Don't act like you know me so well.
I spent every Monday night with you. Like, the last year, every Monday night for at least 2 hours, I'm beginning to understand how you operate.
I love you, by the way, for doing that. But
Again, all September pledges to the Patreon are going to Hurricane Ida relief. And I'm matching the first 5, so I have a few of those left. And I have a donation button going, and I will post that on all the social media as well. So I think that's going to wrap it up. We've gone for almost 2.5 hours now. It's really flown by, but it's been a lot of fun. So I want to thank everybody once again. It's been awesome. We'll let everybody head to their beds and get some sleep. And
at night. I roam around and find my
all right, guys. Thank you so much.